Vikings finished preseason undefeated after a 26-3 win over the Eagles here in Philadelphia. This is Between the Lines, presented by Continental Diamond. I'm joined by Ben Leber, who was roaming the sidelines for the entire game of the broadcast. And you were joined by Kevin O'Connell there in the third quarter. And it was a really, really cool segment. What did you take away from having the head coach on air for an entire quarter?
How much he can mentally multitask.
That was very impressive.
I know that these head coaches have a lot to think about, and he wasn't calling the plays, but to be able to listen to us in one ear, the play call in another ear, to understand the game situation, to watch the game, to react to what he sees, all the while keeping it calm and cool. This guy's the best.
It was awesome. Yeah. If you haven't gotten a chance to check that out, it will be on YouTube on the Vikings page very, very soon. But let's dive into the game. I want to talk about all phases before we really get into the future of this roster shakeup that's about to happen on Tuesday. Offensively, we got to see Jaren Hall making a lot of plays in the first half. The Vikings never punted. What did you make of his performance?
I thought it was super solid. I mean, he played really well to handle some adversity with some protection issues a little bit here and there, to use his legs the way that he did. I thought he just looked like he was in total command of this offense and what he was asked to do. He got the ball down the field. That's the one thing that I think that we were all hoping to see is this is a pretty wide open offense. And so we're used to seeing Kirk Cousins, or we're used to seeing some guys throw the ball down the field, and Jaren really hasn't got to that point in the offense and being comfortable yet, and he started to do that in this game. So he managed the game perfectly. He knew where all of his outlets were when things kind of broke down. So I thought, all of that while taking some hits, using his legs to pick up first downs, he had a great game.
He really did. He was 17 of 25 for 189 yards and 2 touchdowns. Efficient there on third down. And, of course, the Vikings dominating time of possession and was a huge factor with the help of the defense with their 3 turnovers, 4 stops on downs, which essentially is
it's basically
a nice little turnover there. So, I mean, overall, how did you think the defense did?
Yeah, they thrown a couple sacks there. I think they only gave up 253 yards total offense. And so, I mean, it's just a continuation of what we've seen through the preseason is our defensive front. And I know this is going to be really, really hard. It is every year on Tuesday when it's cut down day, but this is a very deep defensive line. Edge rushers, interior defensive linemen, guys out there stopping the run, guys out there playing with a high motor, executing some of the stunts and the twists perfectly. We have a really, really good defense from top to bottom. So it's going to be tough on Tuesday. But what I saw today was, same things. Guys just executing. Makes it really easy. I talked to Jay Ward in the locker room, and he was like, those guys up front make our job so much easier. And that's where it all starts. We talk about it all the time. It's old school football, but you got to win the trenches, and they're doing that.
If I remember correctly, we spoke a lot about having to beef up this defensive line from last season. It sounds like you feel like they did a good job of that so far.
Yeah, I think they've done a great job. Last year we were fantastic against the run, which was a huge improvement from the year before, all the way up to 4th in the league when it comes to yards per attempt. And so we're doing the same thing. I mean, coming into this game, we were only giving up 2.8 yards. And I know that our starters aren't out there, but that just, again, talks about the depth that we have and the coaching that these guys are adhering to. So, in year 2 with B-Flow, we know that we're going to be an attacking style defense, but we can't attack if we don't be great on first down. And so far, once again, we're proving that we're really good on first down, and that way we can dial up all the pressures on second and third down.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those starters in there as well. One starter we have seen in action is Will Reichard, the rookie kicker, nailing a 57-yarder today, a career long for him. He was 4 for 4. How exciting is it to have this guy as, the future for the Vikings kicking situation? I
mean, it's great. I mean, we all understand how important that position is, but I just enjoy his approach. He's just so nonchalant.
Yeah, how come?
And you can tell he's got the utmost confidence in himself, and he goes out there and just drills it. And everything that, you're at practice more than I am, but I haven't heard anybody talk about how, he had a rough day. He's so consistent, and he's got such a strong leg. And it's kind of funny. I mean, he's so boyish looking that everybody think he's just unassuming, and he goes out there and he's got a rock star leg.
Yes, no, it is awesome. Now the season does start in just about 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks from Sunday. We shoot this on Saturday, obviously after the game. What do you hope to see in the season opener from this Vikings squad? Obviously, besides the starters, who I feel like we haven't really seen too much of.
Well, I want to see our offensive line continue to split open the defenses in the run game. You know, I'm very impressed what they've done on the offensive line, scheme-wise mentality of just knowing that they need to be better about getting their weight going forward and just mauling people up front. And that's what we've done so far in the preseason. I want to see, you know, that in the regular season. It's just going to make everything better. You know, just like we talk about defensive line helping out the secondary, our offensive line opening up holes for Aaron Jones and Ty Chandler. That's just going to make it easier for Sam. So Sam doesn't have to go out there and play hero ball. He can just manage the game, take a couple deep shots to keep the secondary honest. And I want to see more efficiency and better efficiency than we've seen in the years past.
All right. Well, Ben, it's hard to believe the preseason is now in the rearview mirror. We have the season to look forward to. We'll be back with Between the Lines after the Vikings open up the year on the road against the Giants. But for Ben Leber and myself now, we sign off from Philadelphia.